Welcome. Episode 67 of Hip Hop High Society presents the Roundtable Hip Hop Discussion. 67. We close on our way to 100 slowly but surely, right? Milestone. Maybe we'll do some type of giveaway or some shit around here. I don't know. But I'm glad to be joined by my esteemed co-hosts, my famous panel here, yo. First and foremost, we got it one and only. You changed it already, dog. You throwing the fucking flow off, man. Campaign Jack. What we got here?
Well, I thought you guys were gonna be live, so I went with Late Dog. But then you were so kind enough to wait for me, so
That's a damn shame. I give that a D plus, maybe.
Campaign Jackson's fire, dude. You got chill. You got chill, bro.
I'm thinking, yeah, that's a big Draco, a 3 out of 10. Campaign Jackson in the house. Salute to Cassius Cam, bro. We got the one and only Jonathan Cloud, super producer, coming fresh off the motherfucking producing shit. You feel me? I couldn't think of no good metaphor, so I just had to wing it, bro. But good to have you in the building, man. How you doing, brother?
What's up, man? I'm doing good.
All right, man. A man of little words. You know you're doing big things, bro. We're gonna talk about this shit later, so get ready. And then we got one and only the music connoisseur, the homie Obi Trice Kenobi. What's going on with you, brother?
What's up? Oh man, not much going on. Music connoisseur feels like a lot, but that's all right.
Hey man,
Campaign Jackson. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we saw Late Dog, but that might be the first one I'm like a little bit of a miss on for me.
I don't know.
but it's like it's on that edge because of the cam page. Like it's I don't know. I'm gonna think I'll soak it in during the podcast.
We gotta have to do like a fucking a D or D for his names, dog. I'm going thumbs down. 2 thumbs down.
Already.
Let's get into the topics at hand, shall we? Since we're running a little bit late, we don't CPT around here. It's all good though. But first and foremost, we got the one and only Mr. Rory of Rory and Mall saying that we may have some big things happen around here on the cause of that whole Drake lawsuit that happened. So let's play this.
I also think there's a big lawsuit coming with All Radio.
All Radio?
Mm-hmm. I think there's a huge lawsuit, and I think it's not directly with some of the firing and downsizing that's happening, but I think there is a very, very big lawsuit coming within the music industry and radio specifically.
Why?
I don't know how much I can say yet. I don't know how much I can say yet.
Face ass.
Say it.
I just think that there is some type of way of RICO and money laundering going on with radio and the music business. That's all I'm saying. All right, so you know the same thing. All right. So you heard this too. I think some shit is going down. I also think there's a big lawsuit.
You would know, bro. You would know being at them Rock Nation brunches. You feel me? But you heard what Mr. Rory had to say about a big happening. Try to be kind of coy about it in regards to Payola and Rico. We seen what happened actually with Funk Flex. Funk Flex kind of been talking about this shit for a while. It's almost like you robbing a bank and you trying to like distance yourself away from it. So like a bank might get robbed. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But what do y'all think about the whole Payola thing? Can we actually get some positive, or does this even stem from you think that Drake situation? You feel me? So 2 questions in there. Do we think it's gonna happen, the Rico thing, and did Drake finally do some fucking good in his life? You feel? I shouldn't say that. He probably done some good in his life. What do y'all think, man?
I just don't understand how you go about prosecuting that. Like it's an entity, not an individual. So I don't know how you'd go about that.
I would have to dive into that FCC law, right? Is there any kind of caveat in there that you cannot accept behind the table payments? Because to me, like I said, I'm looking at it from like a legal standpoint. Is there really anything that says, from a moral standpoint, it's fucking despicable? From a legal standpoint, is it not right? Can you not charge for radio play? We need a lawyer on this motherfucker. What do you think, Cloud? You got some experience in those things.
I mean, pretty much just what Cam said.
I don't know. Are they full of shit? For one, I guess that's the big question. Do you think anything's happening? This is just for clickbait type shit. And then they do be glazing Drake a lot over there too. You feel me? So I don't know.
Don't put that on them. That's just one of them. But yeah, no, I don't think it's for clickbait. But I can't really say like.
You like Rory over there, man. You like, man, you be at them Rock Nation brunches too, bro. You can level with me, man. Anybody else got any thoughts, man? Is the RICO coming? Is the RICO possible?
That would have there's like a possibility, but I think it's a little bit lower than it might be bubbling up to seem. I definitely think, there's definitely money that goes around at radio through different, ways. So I guess it's just going to be a matter of what can be proven and what can be connected. It doesn't seem like this is kind of stemming from the Drake stuff, though, from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong on that. But that's what I got out of that from that, was that's kind of where that started, or has kind of gotten its new spark from.
Well, I believe it was a settlement in May, at least from what I read. If anybody can correct me if anybody's in the chat or something, but from what I read, it was like a settlement. That's why you don't really hear about that thing. So maybe it was some truth to the whole Payola thing, but to me, it doesn't make sense since both artists are under the same umbrella to destroy one artist to uplift another artist. I really didn't. I never got that point of that. But if they're doing settlements, it must be some truth to something in there. You feel me?
Yeah, May 3rd, iHeartRadio settled with Drake over the probe. But a lot of those settlements are just to kind of X the situation out. Doesn't always mean that there's fire if there's smoke like that. When you got the resources to just get people to shut up with the check, a lot of times that's how it happens,
That can backfire though, because if you pay one, we've seen a storm fire. I mean, that's pretty much the Diddy situation in a nutshell. Is that you started handing out checks and it's like somebody you messed with in 1992. It's like, let me try to get a piece of that, I think that can happen. Also, I think people kind of downplay the fact that, at least from a federal prosecutor standpoint, a lot of those dudes have political ambitions. So a lot of times they literally will be scrolling TV and see some shit that looks like it may be like eye-catching, and they'll try to make a case of it. I was watching a documentary about like the college basketball, like one of the first cases they had with the whole like paying gambling shit, right? Point shaving shit. It was a prosecutor that was sitting at the crib and he had a bet on a game or some shit, and he thought something looked fishy with the game he's watching, and that's how the whole case came about. A lot of players lost their careers behind it, all that shit, right? Which is something normal now with NIL. So with these federal prosecutors, you gotta realize that something big like this that's in the limelight, even if there's not a case, that we have so many laws on books, they might just throw some shit at it just to get the name out there. You know what I'm saying? So I think there is some validity to it. It may happen. Will anything come of it? That's to be said. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even sure radio is that big of an entity to even go after these days. But maybe y'all got a different perspective on it.
Yeah, I think it might still be worth them pursuing, just in the sense of, like you said, for the publicity of trying to get something going for themselves. But again, is there a case there? I don't know. Definitely something I'm interested in keeping my eye on, though, as it moves along. If it does.
There's just so much like deniable plausibility with that whole situation. There's so many hands in the pot. So unless, I guess that's where the whole RICO aspect comes into it. But I mean, if you don't have like a singular scapegoat, I just really don't see how they could really like get those dominoes to fall.
Yeah. Essentially, RICO is made to take down the mob, right? It's really made to take down organized crime. So you have to prove that like this radio is a criminal enterprise. That's why it's kind of bullshit. Now you may be able to prove some like money laundering shit. You may be able to prove some bribes, maybe even some tax evasion, because everybody can probably go to jail every year on tax evasion, to be honest with you. So many tax laws in the books, right? So, but I don't see a RICO because it's like you would have to prove that radio is like a fucking criminal organization that's made to like shake down the artists. So
that's
I don't
kind of
really
my point. That's kind of my point. Like you can single people out, but there's just, I mean, how do you prove that?
Like, who's the John Gotti of radio? Like, who the fuck is like, why you gonna prove that shit?
On Flex.
You said it, not me.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Dom Lucre, the federal government is allegedly preparing to launch RICO charges on prominent radio stations and money laundering. There you go. Money laundering, illegal racketeering, fraud, and payola, among many other illegal activities as a result of the February 2025 FCC iHeart Payola probe against the radio. Some sources also allege that the rapper Drake's recent lawsuit with Universal Music Group has assisted in this happening. It was reported on May 3rd, 2025, iHeart Radio settled with Drake over his Not Like Us Payola probe. The entire music industry is about to be exposed, and all thanks to Drake and Kendrick Lamar's recent battle. Drake is about to change music fair. Now, Dom Lucre is a bit of a Drake glazer. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
I was about to throw some smoke at Dom. Dom Lucre, keep your grifting ass out of hip hop. You probably listen to Dax and shit. Fucking weirdo. Keep your ass at the RNC convention. You fucking weirdo, dude. Grifting ass motherfucker. He's one of the worst, bro. He's tip of the spear. Political grip worthy.
That's funny. Breaker of narratives. Sounds like the opposite.
Fucking dork.
I agree with you, but I still gotta hit it with you just
man. Hey.
But yeah, I agree, and like I said, it's gonna be so hard to prove. You got to prove that it's but now I wonder. I haven't dug into the FCC laws. You know, old Billy Clinton changed in 1996 to know what's in there to make it be like you can't pay for radio play. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something I would definitely try to dive into if I had some time on my hands. And I think we have one more thing in regards to the academics. Another grifter breaks down the recent news of the feds investigating all radio stations for money laundering, racketeering, legal use of payola over FCC airways to promote songs and artists. Sniveling coward Scrotumberg snitched off Funk Flex, saying he's the one exposing who has been profiting off payola. Rosen Dweeb also says he's scared to lose a job because Hot 97 is firing everybody. So I'll play a little bit of this, but I don't like to listen to his voice for more than 1 minute because it's annoying.
Watching the radio and watching these guys that come from radio completely this year and the year before self-destruct. They're all panicking. Has been a joy. I'll tell you what's going on. Up at Hot 97, all of them radio personalities, they're getting hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more. They're all getting that treatment. Now, there's a couple of things happening, and I pay attention to everything. I don't speak on everything because I'm interested in some real quirky things. And when I'm building my little,
I hate when they speed up the video, man.
I'm listening to everything. I make sure you got to take in information all the time. Let me tell you what's happening in radio land. It's a lot of payola shit been going on, right? A lot of payola shit. Radio is right off payola. Remember I told y'all that. How do you think these niggas make money? Because of salary? No. They take money. They play some records. They take money to do this, take money to do that. Here's the problem. Because I think everybody should get compensated for what they do. When it comes to radio, there is federal laws that actually bar certain type of transactions or a certain type of promotion. Not only is radio declining, the feds have been looking into radio. They're accusing radio stations and other places of being pay to play. It's gotten everybody spooked. So radio was already dying. Now everybody's spooked. So what happened with Hot 97? They got some new ownership. They fired a bunch of people. They kept only the people they felt were the cream of the crop. They kept Funk Flex, moving to a different time slot. They fired a couple people. For whatever reason, this dweeb is still there. But I'm pretty sure he either took a pay cut or they're waiting to kick his ass out the door too. Hot 97 was owned by MS Communication. MS Communication sold to another company that is strictly about bottom line. They don't care about what the culture wants, this and third. They're not trying to invest too much. They want to flip it for profit, hopefully gain or grow it a bit and then probably sell. It's all about money for them. So now hip hop, a culture that sometimes goes through ebbs and flows, where sometimes you're unprofitable or you're going to lose. They don't want to do that. They strictly want to make money. So they fired a bunch of people. And what Cypher Sounds is saying is, yo, did they fire these guys because they're just trying to save money? These guys probably have tremendous salaries, either 6 figures or 7 figures, and get them off the books, save some money. Here's this dweeb over here. Let's see if he's going to give us a tea because he knows he's on the chopping block next.
Who has the full-time shifts? Maybe we should move some stuff around.
This shit jacking up. But you heard the gist of what it is. He does say some FCC laws in there. I really want to do a deep dive into the FCC shit because it might be something in there But do you hear? We heard what academics had to say about it. Do you think there's some validity into the possibility with what he said, a new ownership, and so that's why they're firing people? Is that possibly why you see the moves at Hot 97 from Flex? You think some validity what academics say? Even though I know he's shady as fuck his damn self.
No, there is new owners over there. Because Ebro was talking about like how they don't give a fuck about none of them, like on a personal level. He's spoken about it. So
yeah, I mean they was talking about it in that one episode that what Eck is referring to and talking over the video for. That's last week's episode that came out last Friday, and Peter and Cypher Sounds are talking about all that stuff, the flex situation. But yeah, they've kind of been talking. Rosenberg's been talking about how there's new owners there, and so that's again why those firings last week weren't like a big surprise, and why I didn't think it was anything that really had to do with flex at the end of the day.
Well, I guess I know we kind of delved over into a last episode or whatever. Is that it for radio? Is radio on this like dying fucking deathbed, bro?
I hope so. I mean, I heard there was rumblings about was the Weird Al looking motherfucker that's been on radio for like 30 years. What's his name? Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Yeah, about Howard Stern hanging it up, and a lot of people of that caliber. So I just don't think it's. I mean, it's obviously not as lucrative as it used to be.
Yeah, I think Sirius didn't renew his contract. I'm not sure that was a Howard choice on that, from what I remember. I'm not a big fan of that, but yeah, I hope radio doesn't like die. I think it could use some like restructuring or some improvements. I don't know, but I don't necessarily want it to die out.
It was crazy.
Like, why would you want radio to? Is there any intrinsic value on the radio or hip hop being played on the radio these days? You think?
I think it's good to just keep spreading. I mean, there's people that are not me that still listen to the radio, so like, I wouldn't want to just like totally erase hip hop off the airwaves as far as radio goes, right? And then I don't know. I probably just have some nostalgia from growing up listening to the radio before we all had our phones connecting to the console and stuff like that. So maybe just some nostalgia for me.
Yeah, locally,
I don't think.
Go ahead, Club.
Yeah, if it does, I mean, I don't think people will. I think everybody who's prominent in it will just pivot to podcasting, because podcasts are just like on-demand radio, essentially. Like, the Howard Stern show, like him live, he could easily pivot to doing podcasts.
Yeah,
So
I just don't think he has the pride to do it, because he was like one of the. He was one of the biggest. He talked so much shit about podcasting when it first started getting rolling. I think radio is like locally, like on the local level, I think it's a really beneficial thing for like local artists. Like you drive around the Bay Area, they're putting a lot of like local dudes on, and like that's who needs to be pursuing that kind of play. But I mean, there's a big difference between like internet radio and then like actually stuff getting broadcasted locally that you only get in certain areas. So hopefully that doesn't die out, because it's cool driving through California and like hitting the different radio stations, and they're only playing like local artists from that area. A lot of shit. I've discovered new people just from driving through like Mid-Cal and shit, and hearing different people on the radio that I ain't never heard of before.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna die though. Like people like shit like internet radio, for example, like shit like Sway in the Morning, stuff like that. I mean, humans are like creatures of like routine. You know what I'm saying? So people like to tune in like every day at 8 a.m. to like a certain show and shit like that. So it's like, as long as the system is there, there's always going to be people that that tune into it. But do I think like this is gonna like shut everything down? I personally no. I don't think it's gonna be close to that.
I think it's gonna die with this generation, though. I mean,
so?
like who? Yeah, like I mean, who's young people aren't listening to the radio. They're not tuning into the Breakfast Club and shit like that. I mean, the whole instant, like Cloud was saying, instant podcasts and downloadable content and stuff like that. Like I'd like to see a demographic poll of people who actually still listen to satellite radio and shit.
Probably the people who still watch like CNN and Fox News and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like those same fucking people. But I agree with you. Even some of those radio stations, iHeart has a whole fucking app. You know, iHeart does podcasts. Like we're on fucking iHeart, I believe. Low key. I do submit the RSS. So it's like even the people that are on radio, even if the radio is like it's multicasting. So like we're still gonna have the radio shit, but we're just gonna do the podcast. So the young people who don't listen to that, they can still tune into the podcast. Or go through their streaming apps and do it. So I just think it's like a good old boys club, kind of like what Cloud is saying, where it's too many people invested into the radio for them to just let it die out. Like they will artificially make it seem like it's still popping just to keep it cracking. You know what I mean? Just to hold that power that we are the radio. We're broadcast across this area. You know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a power play at this point where it may not be lucrative to keep it alive, but it's like for aesthetics. You feel me?
Yeah, but also the public figures like Charlemagne and such, they're generating so much money that just those entities like the Breakfast Club and whatnot, like just as a brand, like they can exist and generate money. And if they're not going to like pivot to something else, like they're going to stay on radio. So it's like they kind of have to exist.
Yeah, as long as advertisers are still cutting a check, it's not going nowhere.
It's like these award shows. Who the fuck watch VMAs? Just happened last week. Who the fuck talked about the VMAs, dog? I seen maybe like 2-3 posts about the VMAs. That used to be like a night. Everybody's in front of the damn TV. Same with the BET Awards. That shit ain't. But they're gonna keep it going, right? You know what I mean? Got to keep the VMAs going for aesthetics. So I think that's part of what we're gonna get. But any last thoughts on the RICO thing? All right, going. Let's move on. 2025. We in September already. Damn, this motherfucker flying, bro. I'm getting old. Joey Badass declares 2025 as the best year for rap this decade. Now, does he mean like 2020 to 2030 type of shit? Does he mean from like 2015 to, you know what I mean? That's
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that's what I was wondering.
The 2020s, well, it says right. The 2020s have been a great decade so far for the genre with multiple future classics, but Joey Badass feels 2025 has been the best in each decade for hip hop. There have been some transcendent projects that will go down as all-time greats. The 90s, maybe the 10-year run in a lot of hip-hop's heads with MCs like Tupac, Biggie, DMX, Eminem, Jay-Z, Nas, and others delivering timeless records. There are honestly compelling arguments to be made for each decade, though. While it may be early to make one for the 2020s, it's certainly gotten off to a strong start. Modern day stars like J.I.D., Jid, Freddie Gibbs, Pusha T, Billy Woods, Westside Gunn, and Kendrick Lamar have all contributed greatly. So you kind of get the gist of where this article is headed so far. So I guess we will count from 2020 to now. But I mean, 2020 was such a fucking hectic fucking year. I mean, we just not kind of getting back to normal around like the fucking world. You feel me? So I think that may have something to do with it. But what do y'all think is so far from counting from 2020 to now? Best 2025 has been the best so far. Resurgence for hip hop. What do y'all think?
I mean, kind of hard to argue that. It seems like the quality of music is like healing, kind of. And I don't know if it's just because I'm pursuing more music, like doing the pod and like actively seeking out more music, but it seems like it's like the pendulum swinging back almost. And you're right, 2020 through like 2022. I mean, it's kind of easy to throw those years out as it does, just because everything that was going on in the country and shit. So, yeah. I mean, it's a great time to be like a hip hop head right now.
Yeah,
super satiated, and everything's like good. There's a lot of really good. It's not slim pickings for good music right now at all.
Yeah, I think last year it kind of like started, like there started to be like kind of this air of like, okay, we're kind of tired of like hearing the same music over it. Like it's been a while now. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know, people that I hate to use them as an example, but like shit like Migos and stuff like that kind of started to get out, like pushed out the door. Like, okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying? Like we've heard the same song over and over again. Like and you know, they want something new. And I guess like, I think people are more like open to hearing shit like Conductor Williams is like doing a lot of like, he's working with like mainstream people now. And just that sound is starting to take on I guess like a new life as far as like younger people, younger listeners, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought last year was a really good year, and definitely was like you said, kind of building up into this year, where at first I was like, oh man, it's going to be hard to beat last year. And now all of a sudden it's like, yeah, it's pretty well surpassed it, I think. And, you know, Joey saying it is good, but I think people were saying it well before Joey. We probably said it in our group chat. And yeah, people have been saying 2025 is a year to beat for sure.
Yeah, and people are coming back like with projects like people that either haven't been around for a while or that, you know, didn't their last release wasn't stellar, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we have like Slick Rick, we have Raekwon, Chance, just like, yeah, like people are in prime form right now, it seems like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I agree. And the competitive of rap, like, you know, when everybody's on a game, it kind of uplifts everybody. You know, I know we're going to talk a little bit about the ecosystem of the rap ecosystem with Drake. I think it may be a controversial take, but I think like people kind of emulating the top of the food chain, and Drake was kind of dragging shit down, to be honest with you, like that singy songy type of shit. Was like, all right, we're gonna mimic what's working, and that's what was going on, right? People making fucking these dance hall songs and singing all over shit, and you know what I'm saying? And it's like, now that you kind of have rapidy rap people at the top of the echelon, now everybody's trying to rapidy rap again. You feel me? You see people that you wouldn't even suspect trying to rapidy rap. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a good thing. I know people are mad that, you know, the money's not maybe flowing like it used to, but it's like you're getting back to the essence of what hip hop, or what makes hip hop unique: competitiveness and also bars. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you know how to get money, you're gonna get money. So that's at the end of the day. But
yeah, I know people crying about that Drake stimulus package, dog. He used to throw that cat on the song and go to the stratosphere. There's some people crying about that shit. Yeah, you'll be all right. Do we think it's the trajectory going to keep going upward, or is this an anomaly? You feel me?
No, I hope so.
I think things are shifted into that direction fully.
I also think a portion of it is kind of like with the years that we had in 2020 and 2021, it seems like people are more focused on like personal development again and being healthy. A lot of that drug culture rap is kind of like fell to the wayside. People are getting sober now. Like it's not cool to just be turned all the time.
Facts.
And I think that has a lot to do with it. I mean, we've talked about it before, but people are gonna seek out stuff that you know, makes them think. And I think the downward spiral, like drug culture and rap, is kind of helping that. Because there was, you know, like 2010 to, you know, 2017, 2018, it was just like everybody was on that lean, let's get fucked up type music wave. And that's really became like, now you kind of a dork if you're fucked up all the time. People are getting ridiculed for that shit again. People are like more health conscious, and you can't just be like physically health conscious. You got to be mentally health conscious as well. So like as a whole, I think that's playing a role.
Yeah, that shit was fucking whack.
I feel like it's been like that for a while though. Like, bro, like Famous Dex, remember him?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, bro, people will clown the fuck out of him online. I feel bad for the guy in a small way, but
yeah, it went from like trying to mimic everybody was a drug dealer, to everybody being a drug user, and that was a very kind of weird transition. You know what I'm saying? But you're seeing real consequences. A lot of people dead before their time. You know what I'm saying? Juice WRLD, all these other people. You feel me? So I think that's part of it too. A lot of these people fucking gone, ODing, crazy. You feel me? You know what I mean? So that's part of it. So hopefully we get that good trajectory, man. I have a good feeling about the future, man. Like, this is probably the most optimistic I've been about hip hop in quite a while. You know, we had a lot of people kind of hitting the oh my God, hip hop is dying button for like quite a while. You know what I mean? So I like the fact that it's kind of optimistic at this point. And you got a lot of young dudes spitting, a lot of cats, you know what I'm saying? A lot of independent cats, which we feature, you know what I'm saying? That's spitting. So I think the future's bright, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I agree with Joey as well. Any last thoughts on that joint? All right, let's keep it moving, yo. Next thing we got, pull this up here. Mobb Deep, the infamous new Mobb Deep album. I believe it's produced by Alchemist, if I'm not mistaken, or at least in conjunction with Havoc, right? Infinite, October 10th, coming right before Halloween on that task. New Alchemist produced Mobb Deep album set to drop after 8 years after the death of Prodigy. Are we looking forward to this as hip hop fans, or is it kind of bittersweet knowing that, you know what I mean, Prodigy is out of here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of posthumous. Although I think a lot of this was recorded. This album was actually like finished right before he died, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I fuck with the new single. And that's Havoc. Havoc did the new single, but that shit is crazy. So I don't think there's I don't think Havoc or Alchemist, for that matter, I don't think they would just put. I don't think this is gonna be like a typical posthumous album. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like we're just grabbing like random verses that didn't go on anything and putting them on beats. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is this is gonna be a lot of care into it.
Yeah, I try not to get myself overly hyped up for albums, but I would say I have some decent confidence in this one going into it for sure. And I think they just released the actual cover a couple hours ago.
Oh, word. Mass Appeal has been like dropping back. You know what though, man? I just hate the fact that I wonder what they're gonna do as far as the visuals, because you kind of gotta drop visuals, right? So that's gonna be kind of an interesting thing to me. You know what I'm saying? And it is kind of
like Havoc and Alchemist, right, on the videos, and it's not AI or something.
Yeah, I don't want to see AI. I don't want to see any of that shit. So hopefully they keep it real classy. You know, I think Mac Miller type shit where they just kind of maybe do a cartoon shit or something. You know what I mean? Some of that nature. But please, for God's sake, no AI.
Well, yeah, the video they dropped for the single was like it's kind of like a montage of like scenes and stuff like that. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up.
I think that's probably gonna be it. Like, I mean, I don't think they need to do visuals.
No, with it like 8 years, talking these lyrics have to be at least 8 years old. There's been a lot of changes in the world in the past 8 years, right? Ton of changes. Could it be a chance that the lyrics could be kind of dated, or at least on Prodigy's end? You know what I'm saying? Is that the possibility? You know what I mean?
I don't know, man, because he was never really like a topical MC. You know, he was always more introspective in the type of shit that he wrote. They never really made like topical music. A lot of their stuff was like throwback story type shit. So it's kind of ageless, really.
Yeah, I have faith that it's going to be relatively working well with the present.
Yeah.
You guys remember that Dave Chappelle skit where he's in the where he's in the club? And
wrote this a long time ago.
You're a married man, Dave. That shit kills me, bro.
Yeah, so hopefully we get something. Man, I don't know. Are we suffering a little bit from Alchemist fatigue at this point, dog? Should he have picked maybe a different secondary on that? Do y'all think?
No, I don't think there was anyone else that would like go with that better than him. I mean, they all worked on like after a certain point, they kind of like all were Mobb Deep.
Yeah, I could see where you're coming from with asking about the Alchemist fatigue for sure. And I know some people that have it, but I think that this is a case where he works absolutely.
I mean, is that really his fault though? Or is that people is that people pursuing him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't blame him. I'm just saying I do know some people that are kind of feeling that fatigue a little bit. Whether it's, you know.
I mean, anything, bro. Anything. If you're just around too much, man, people are naturally gonna kind of hate on you. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the Kevin Hart fatigue. We see everybody has suffered from that. But like you said, it's not that. If they throwing you bread, you're gonna take the money, especially if you're a workaholic, right? So that's not really his fault. At the same time, you can be cognizant that, you know, maybe I should give the people, maybe I should make them want to hear my shit. Maybe I should make them miss me a little bit. You feel me? So I think it's up to you as an artist, as a producer, to kind of, you know, maybe space yourself out. Take a break, take a vacation, dog. Turks and Caicos is right there, bro. You know what I mean? So I think it's a little bit give and take on both sides. Nas reveals Mobb Deep's posthumous album is dropping soon. See if there's anything in here worth going over. Nas has been doing God's work this year, helping distribute some Icons albums as part of the Legend Has It series. Who is next on there? Do they have any more? Started with Slick Rick.
Nas and Nas
Big L.
Oh yeah,
Big L, that's what I was. Yep.
Yes, Big L and then Nas and Premier.
Because there's 7, right? So I'm trying to think. Isn't there one more? Or am I miscounting in my head? All of a sudden, 3.
Prodigy prior to his death.
Yeah, I thought there was 7, but maybe I'm wrong.
Release date has not been set. This must be an older article because they got the release date now. Some chatter.
De La Soul.
Oh, De La.
Nice.
Another group that's missing a member too. I hate that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nas and DJ Premier. Yep, Big L, De La Soul, Nas and DJ Premier's tape are still to come. Okay.
I'm wondering if that De La Soul one is the one that they did with Pete Rock and Premier.
And Nas doing big shit though. Salute to Nas and Mass Appeal, bro. Now, do they have any like newer artists and shit signed over there? I haven't really been keeping track of who they got over there, bro. I know they got the legends over there.
I know they got well, I don't know if they still got him, but I know they had Stro for a while. I'm not sure if you know who Stro is.
Yeah, I know. He disappeared. And he going to like some mental shit though. Ain't he? Like, he kind of fucked up.
Yeah, he was dope though. He was fire.
He's talking about going on his acting shit. I don't blame him. You know, maybe kind of everybody is giving him inspiration though. But he is fire, man. I wish he had a better team initially. I think that part of what hindered him. But the boy,
yeah, I think him coming up parallel to Joey kind of fucked him up because they were kind of like too similar, and that wasn't. I mean, that's not his fault, but
yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it. Any thoughts?
Yeah, they got. I mean, Nas, Premier, Key and Harold, Fashawn, Ghost, Manny Fresh, DJ Shadow, Black Milk, Nori, Stro.
Manny?
Yeah.
I don't think Fashion's not with them.
He's not with them anymore. This might be old.
Yeah.
Static, Mez, Sirius Klein, Slick Rick, Small X.
Wasn't Dave East over there?
He was. He's former now. He's with UMG now. They had some, dude, the formers, they had Dave East, Pimp C, Run the Jewels, Boldy.
Yeah, they did a lot of. I think they did a lot of one-offs, like one album deals, because Boldy wasn't with them very long either.
Now, was he even Boldy? He fucking with Griselda and them, right?
Yeah, he's signed to Griselda now. And Run the Jewels is with BMG, I think.
All right. Anything else? Any other things? What do we think? As far as we heard a little preview, or we've heard some of the tracks from it. We think an instant classic, good. You know what I mean? What do y'all think? Could we get a classic out of this?
I think we got to, bro. I don't think they would have released a single that crazy if they didn't have something to back it up. I really don't, because man, that shit was, like Cloud said, that shit was crazy. There's nostalgia in it, like, man. So I don't think that they would use that initially if they didn't have stuff at the same caliber.
Yeah, because I heard that and I heard something else. That shit's gonna sound. That shit sounds like exactly like I would want it to. You know what I'm saying? Be personal.
Okay. Look forward to it. We will definitely have a review for that motherfucker. So hopefully we get a 10, a 9, or some shit out of it. I'm hopeful, but
yeah,
that's why they gotta. That's why we need the music videos, so we get the video reviews. That's really the most important thing.
Yeah, bro, people love the fucking video, man. God forbid people got to read fucking 300 words. Oh my God. All right, man. That's all we got on
good
that.
Beats. That's all you need to know. Good beats.
All right, let's do a quick crash dummy. This should be a quick one.
Hey, Dad.
Crash dummy this week we got on the screen here, Big Draco, aka Soulja Boy. All right, with a grand total, who dropped a new album, and everybody's been anticipating it for it to go triple copper. And we got a grand total rating of 3 out of 10, which I think Obi was very generous, because this shit is ass, bro. This is a terrible fucking song. I got through 1.5 songs before my ears started to bleed, and I had to take a shower because I felt fucking dirty. This is a terrible fucking album, dog. In the opening track, you're talking about Molly, you're talking about Dracos, you're talking about lean, all that shit we said earlier that is going out of style. You're rapping like Chief Keef in 2014, bro. It is a new day. This is another case. We had Fabio a couple weeks ago. This is another case, a sad case of the Peter Pan syndrome, the Pinocchio syndrome. I wish I was a real boy type shit. This is terrible. You are 35 years old. I believe Soulja's about 35 years old, right? It is about that time for you to grow up, my man, and raise your family, right? You have a 3-year-old kid, you know, a 3-year-old son who looks up to you. We don't want to hear about the Dracos, dog. We don't want to hear about the lean, dog. It is time. Hip hop has made a new changing of the guard where we want to hear real shit. And salute to Soulja, bro. You got a family, bro. Raise your queen, raise your kid. You got a 3-year-old. This the type of shit we want to hear you rap about, dog. Rap about raising your kid, man. Rap about going through your struggles. You can make some real introspective stuff, being that you were in the game at like 16 years old and probably seen every facet of it. Probably should have tons of story, tons of knowledge, tons of fucking advice to give the people that we would like to listen to. We don't want to hear about you pouring champagne and popping mollies in the motherfucking strip club when your hairline is going back, bro. It's over with. Give us some introspective shit so we can hear that. So unfortunately, between that 3 out of 10 and all of that bullshit you're talking about, and the fact that you may sell 10,000 copies of this bullshit, and that's generous, I'm going to have to give you the biggest car crash, my man. And if you feel like screaming in your phone a little bit later about this, go for it, because I don't give a shit. But that's all I got, bro. Soulja Boy taking home the motherfucking biggest car crash. Now, if y'all prepared, we can go ahead and get into our DOD. Y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's get it. This week, we have a song from the artist Manni Lewd, I believe how you pronounce it. I'll give you a C- on that name. Cam got you. He beat Cam slightly. Manni Lewd. That's fucking terrible. It sounds like a stripper name. So what we're gonna do is gonna run this joint, whistle joint. Make sure you mute your mics.
I can feel it clicking miles away. This whistle joint has got me reminiscing about the working days. How she used to pack lunch and tell me, go on, baby, be all safe. And I used to walk in different. My whole new struck crooked. I see the homies that I crack with just to pass the time with it. Feel like the time is slipping. Oh, we grueling just to make a dime. And I feel like a star with them. Although our sky's broken. I know this dirty trick helped me make my thoughts bigger. I call it thought fitness. Headaches and bongs with us. Smoke up the ox with it. I barely like her inner circle if they talk different. Locally star risen. I brought the walk with it. I cannot fathom niggas that ain't got the boss in them. Varsity high juke them. Fill out the form, gender roles, mark a bitch in them. How business roll as they fold all the big hitters. So take this track and show it off to all the big spitters. My bills got big printers. Deaded for 6 winners. I kid you not, I always thought I was a big spender. Hosts come around with empty bread and spread that cheese cheddar. I can feel it clicking miles away. This whistle joiners got me reminiscing about the working days. How she used to pack lunch and tell me, go on, baby, be all safe. And I used to walk in different. My whole new struck crooked. I see the homies that I crack with just to pass the time with it. Feel like the time is slipping. Oh, we grueling just to make a dime. And I feel like a star with them. Although our sky's broken, crooked. Forget the trip, book it. My mind is sent no console, I'ma need a meal ticket. Hustle for long enough and just to see the stars glisten. My family laughing, nigga, I can feel when God listens. Look at me now, I'm different. I barely like my inner voices since they soft risen. Having my thoughts prison. I brought the doc with me. He couldn't fathom just how long I've had these thoughts with me. He stepping back, tripping. Fill out my roles with some dope and elite spitters. How I do shows is I fold all the bitch niggas. So take my voice and show it off to all the big singers. My range got bigger. Hosts come around with empty bread and spread that cheese cheddar. I can feel it clicking miles away. This whistle joiners got me reminiscing about the working days. How she used to pack lunch and tell me, go on, baby, be all safe. And I used to walk in different. My whole new struck crooked. I see the homies that I crack with just to pass the time with it. Feel like the time is slipping. Oh, we grueling just to make a dime. And I feel like a star with them. Although our sky's broken. Crooked.
Muted, Bubba.
Can't hear you, D.
Oh, my bad. You hear me now?
Yes, sir.
All right, so there we have it. Whistle joint, Manni, Lewd. So time for the verdict, baby. Bang the gavel. I'm gonna get a gavel so I can hit that shit. All right. First and foremost, who we got first? Cloud. Is Cloud there, bro? Not. We'll come back to you. All right, what you thinking, man? Thumbs up, thumbs down, brother.
It was okay. I'm actually leaning more towards thumbs up though. I get what he was going for. Beat was kind of like okay. I didn't like the hook at first because he started with the hook. And I was kind of like, and him rapping. He has a dope voice. Like he has a solid voice. On the verse part, like I wasn't too sure on the hook part, but then when we started rapping, I'm like, okay, he has a cool voice. Lyrically, you know, it was okay. Yeah, man, like everything was okay, but I'm leaning more towards yeah.
We'll give you the sight. He's leaning towards thumb up. We'll edge it to the thumbs up. There you go. Cloud gave the thumbs up. I guess I'm next since my name is written on here. I would say I agree with a lot of what Cloud said. It's kind of starting off with the hook was a little bit different. I'm not sure I like that approach, but it was cool though. You know, it was kind of a fun song. I didn't take the lyrics like it's nothing groundbreaking, but to me it was kind of more of a fun song. It's more of a like a I'm a talk my shit. The beat was kind of, you know, it was lackluster, but it was, you know, it fit the theme of the song where I'm just kind of popping shit. His voice was cool. His cadence was good. The production was decent. You know what I'm saying? I can't really find no flaws in this. This is nothing I would necessarily hit the skip on. It's not something I maybe would add to a playlist, but if it came on while I'm chilling, I let it rock. You feel me? So I'm gonna go thumbs up. Next up, we got Obi. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, I agree with like what Cloud was saying, where his flow kicks in and he starts rapping outside of the hook initially. I think it sounds good and he's got a good voice. I thought the beat was decent and the hook was decent. I think kind of lyrically, it could use a level up on just the bar work in general. I think it's kind of almost subpar, but like is held up because he sounds good delivering it. So I'm actually gonna go thumbs up. But yeah, it's like maybe I wouldn't be like replaying it, but if the lyrics were upgraded, I could be down. So, but thumbs up.
I gotta ask though, was this a single?
This is
was this on a project?
This is a single, I believe.
Yeah, this feels like just something like to kind of like fill out a project. Like this doesn't feel like a single. That's kind of the issue I had too. Yeah,
I'm not sure he even has a if I can go through his little thing, but I'm almost positive this right here is the whistle.
Yeah, this isn't a song that you put out by itself.
Yeah, single.
It's kind of something used to space out a project.
Yeah, I think he's kind of getting his feet wet though. You feel me? I mean,
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So, and last but not least, bro, you can make it unanimous there. Cam, what you got, bro?
I kind of like when songs start off with the hook.
You do?
Sometimes he had like a cool little bounce with that hook, like there was emotion with it. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to it, you can move. Like there's emotion to it. He kind of slid on the hook. The lyrics are super rudimentary though. Like his pen is, his voice is carrying him heavy on that. I mean, I heard him repeat multiple words multiple times, which is, you could do that. That's fine. But it's real basic pen. But I'm not mad at the cadence. I'm not mad at the hook. Like if you took that as a reference track and like really like up the bar work, that could be like some really dope shit. The beat was okay. I'm not mad at it. I'm not gonna play it again, but I'm not mad at it, and I'd like to listen to more of his stuff, just based on his voice and his approach. You could tell there's like some musical talent in there, the way that like he went back and forth from that hook cadence to the rapping, and the way he kind of rode that beat with the hook. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, it was no times where I felt like, sometimes with artists, when you kind of tell they're still perfecting their pen, or they're perfecting their, rapping cadence stuff, they try to fit too many bars, I try to fit too many words into a bar and shit like that, and it kind of sounds convoluted. I think we had a couple songs like that where you could tell, like, yeah, you just started rapping about it last year, right? I didn't feel that with it. I feel like he does have that part down pat. It's just a couple things he can upgrade, a couple things he can work on, and he should be a solid. You know what I mean? So I think that's unanimous. That's 4 thumbs up, yo. So that's dope, bro. Let me play. Which one is the one all? Oh, you get the flawless victory, dog.
Flawless victory.
Good job. You know what I'm saying? If you want to follow Manni Lewd, let me pull up. He actually has Insta right here, and check out more of his music. Let's go ahead and get those listeners up for the brother. And if you want to follow his Instagram, I'm bringing it up right here at Manni Lewd. He got the duck face shirtless selfies, bro. You got to take those down if you want to be a serious.
Thumbs down. I changed my vote.
Yeah, brother. You might want to work on that, man. But yeah, make sure y'all throw the man a follow, man. Check out his music, and maybe he'll take these motherfucking duck lip selfies down for us. Work on that, brother. That's all I got, man. Any last thoughts on the song or the artist?
Was there any whistling in the song?
I don't think so, bro.
I wasn't sure why it was called Whistle Joint.
That's what I'm talking. Like when I said there's like emotion to the hook, like I could see maybe that's why he called it that. I'd have to play it again, but there's like I don't even know. There's like a, I don't know.
I'm not gonna do that.
I don't want to use the word.
Dive on that.
I don't want to use the word like I don't want to use the word frolicking, but there's like a, you know what I mean? There's like a, you know, that's a verb song. I could see someone listening to that like walking through the woods, fucking throwing birds to, or throwing bread to ducks or some shit. I don't know.
You overthinking that shit, bro.
Throwing bail, bro.
You took an edible before you come with this motherfucker. Anyway, let's get to the next.
We be talking about Bigfoot for 2 hours about it.
Let's get to our next. We get into the discussion topics. My probably favorite part, man. I like the hypothetical shit sometimes. All right, so what we have here is Talis Love, I believe. I got the take the PhD out your name, please. It's so whack. Hip hop ecosystem not doing well because people let mid slide for a decade. You can only eat so much McDonald's before you decide you want a home cooked meal. I think you still in our sauce a little bit because we do the food analogies, specifically Cam. He probably got some Kodiak analogies right now in his back pocket. But now people don't know how to cook because they've been microwaving everything. So that's in regards to this ecosystem thing. So I'm gonna play this Joe Budden podcast thingamajig
song somewhere. Yeah, it's the same formula he's used for all three of these Icemen.
I wouldn't expect to get so much love from the streamers because I would expect them to view me as competition.
That part too, yeah.
Listen, I'm reserving anything that I have to say on the matter until I hear the project. A lot of y'all out there already know where I stand on all things Drake. It hasn't changed. I'm just waiting on the music.
And I want to be clear, like, because we get the flack for being haters up here. We love Drake. We want to see and hear great Drake. Like, that's all that it is.
I was telling Parks outside that, yeah, I'm not feeling any of this music, but Drake not being great hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, things are not the way they're supposed to be if he's not great. Niggas ain't making as much money as they would normally make.
Yeah. Listen, I follow
the excitement, the moments, everybody having like that. What did Most Def call them? Target. Everybody having that store to go to where you could get a song for me, you can get a song for you, you can get a song for you. That's why I don't like that shit that Ice keeps saying about
Scary.
About he's trying to appeal to the kids. Dog, Target got shit for the kids and for me.
Yeah.
So
but
we'll see.
Yeah, but if I'm chasing,
I don't know
He's
about
such
that.
a strange man. He does not know whether he wants to hate the guy or dick ride him.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of fucking using him as a source.
We'll take a break. We'll time out him. But yeah, bro. You heard it there. Does Drake not being great hurt the ecosystem? Thoughts on that?
No.
That bar?
No. There's enough artists out here that.
We just talked about how 2025 is the greatest year of the decade. There's barely any Drake. Like, people are doing great out here.
Yeah, we live in life. I think he's talking more so from these people who was honestly, it was a lazy way of doing business, right? Where it's like, okay, let me throw Drake some bread, fucking glazed Drake or whatever to get this feature where you can just boost you up instead of you just putting out good music, right? There's no way Block Boy JB should have ever fucking made it to where he is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should have never fucking happened, bro. No disrespect to Block Boy JB, but he sucked. He should have never got to where he was at, bro. And a lot of people.
My guy. That's my main man.
Well, a lot of people shouldn't have got to where they got to, man. So it necessarily wasn't a good thing because Drake was throwing features to people who probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it was a very shortcutty, you know what I mean? Left, right, up, down, A, B type. You know what I mean? Like, it was some bullshit. It was a cheat code, bro. You know what I mean? I don't respect cheat codes. So I don't necessarily. That's my take on it. Y'all can tell me what y'all think about that. But yeah, I think
Drake
it's great.
Not being great is only bad for the worst of the rap ecosystem. All those people that need the Drake boost, right? But all the good artists, they're making their money, they're getting all their stuff. If anything, they're probably getting more now that all the people that just ride off of a Drake feature are not popping.
Oh yeah, this is just Ross talking shit. I don't think I'm even gonna play this. Ross ain't been funny in quite a while, but yeah, and even his that song he put out with Yeet, which I reviewed, man, that was fucking terrible, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're trying to do a resurgence, if you're trying to actually be back head of the ecosystem, doing shit like that is, I disagree with that final take that Joe Budden had, that you need to appeal to everybody and you don't have to be that's how to me you water down your shit, trying to be a smorgasbord of fucking music. You know what I'm saying? That was my one like gripe with the JID shit, is like you're trying to appeal to too many people. I think make your art, dog. And you're a 40-year-old man. I don't want to hear 40-year-old men rapping like Yeet, bro. I just don't want to fucking hear that shit, bro. Like you got a mortgage and a kid, bro. Drop some bars, man. I want to hear some shit. I don't want to hear you fucking saying random ass shit to yeah. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like every other Drake song from 2010 to 2015 except on like a rage beat. And that ain't good.
There's also other people who appeal to everybody, but do it as in a more well delivered way, like Doja Cat, for example.
Yeah, I agree. But you know, Doja's actually in that space. Doja's not trying to Shane Sung shit, right? Whereas I feel like Drake is forcing, like with that Tootsie Slash, like he forces himself into trends rather than be the trendsetter. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big problem I think with him, is that he's not setting trends, dog. He's following waves. You know what I'm saying? How could you be at the top of the ecosystem if you're emulating everybody? You know what I'm saying? You just have a bigger artist to emulate people. That's the way I feel about it. You know what I mean?
He did himself a huge disservice not carrying, even though he lost the back and forth with Kendrick, he did a huge disservice not carrying that momentum rap wise. Because even people who were being objective about it, like the tracks that he put out during that, like Buddy was rapping. Ain't nobody gonna say that he wasn't out there like trying, you know what I mean? Whether it was him or not. He did himself a huge disservice not taking what he was doing there, and just like all this shit would have fell to the wayside if he just would have kept rapping like he was on those tracks. Not specifically like in a beef setting, but just that type of music. Maybe not like for society, but like the people that are judging him harshly now, if he just would have like carried that over there, he'd be in a much better position than he is now.
Yeah, because he dropped a song with Conductor not long after Not Like Us. That shit is fire. That shit is the best song that he's dropped in. And he didn't even officially drop it. You know what I'm talking about? When he's on the TV.
Oh yeah.
That shit is fire. But he's not leaning into that. If he leaned into that, it would be a different conversation.
Huge different conversation. Because I objectively have never liked Drake's music, but I couldn't even deny when he like Family Matters and a lot of those tracks that he put out, the push-ups and everything. I was like, oh, you're getting busy, but he getting busy. I gotta appreciate that regardless. But I mean, way to fumble any momentum you have with like hip hop culture, like the heads that are there to judge you on that, because you're doing you're abandoning the thing that we all wanted from you in the first place, and you could have leaned into it and like gained a lot more respect. But
yeah, my favorite Drake stuff has always been just like, not that I'm the biggest fan, but when he's like rapping, sometimes even if it's not authentic to himself, it's still like, all right, well, this sounds good. And ever since that battle, it's just been like, what are you doing? You like shout out the UK and crap on the US. He puts out sexy songs for you. Not that good. Nothing I like on there personally.
You were rocking to Nokia, girl?
No,
baby girl? You wasn't feeling that shit?
No, not me. I know people that do. Nothing wrong with that, but not me. And then none of these Iceman things have hit. It's just like, what's going on? I just rap. Just like get like Cloud said, get with Conductor, a guy you've worked with a few times at this point, even, and like let's get on some rap stuff.
Yeah, the last time I liked an album from him was Nothing Was the Same, and my favorite joint on that was the one he did with Jake One. That's like a top 5 joint for me.
Yeah, he kind of submitted to that cultural pressure though. Like he was like, fuck that, I'm just gonna keep my keep these ladies happy, and all these weirdos that like to listen to Loverboy rap, I'm just gonna keep them happy. I already lost these guys. And I mean, as someone that's like really into like real hip hop and rap like that, I mean, that just did you a huge disservice.
Yeah, it's a shame because I remember what he came from. You know what I'm saying? Like what he was into, like when he was hanging around Nicholas F. and that type of shit, and when he was making that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's a shame to see somebody go from that to what he is now.
Yeah, he's got roots. He's like, he really does. And he kind of doesn't highlight them very often and has strayed from them super far.
Yeah, I mean, even a couple of years ago, he was like posting Elzai on his Instagram, I guess, because people were like, you know, reposting it on the Twitter and shit. But he was like posting his favorite rappers like Elzai, Doom, Fonte, and this was like not that long ago. So he's like, he's always gonna be a fan of that type of shit. But it's like Cam said, like he feels like there's no love for him there anymore. So it's like, why even bother trying to be a part of that anymore? Fuck it.
I mean, that kind of just proves that he don't love it. You know what I mean? If you're gonna give into that, I mean, that just kind of proves like where your integrity lies with the music that you're making.
Well, and he's the bigger artist. If he just like reached his hand out, he'd probably get half the people to reach their hand back, and you just build that credibility back up, and it would be easy. A lot of people would accept it right away. You know, it's like, doesn't feel like it's that hard.
I think it's more of a sensitivity thing than an integrity thing. I think it's just like, you know, you don't want me around. Fine.
Yeah.
I don't like me. Take my ball home. Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't want to play anyway. And he's walking away, looking back, sad as hell.
I agree. And this could have been a very freeing moment to me for him. You know what I mean? Like, you got called colonizer and all this other shit. That was the time to drop like a rapidy rap ass album, dog. Like, okay, I'm gonna hit y'all with some fucking bars, dog. But back to Cloud's point, I think part of that too is that like when you're like top echelon for so long or whatever, you've been considered the top of the food chain, whatever. Anything you do that's not up here is going to be considered a failure. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the curse of success, or that huge of a success, that anything you do that may be true to you, but it's not like something that's going to the stratosphere, that's playing in every fucking club in Europe and Australia and shit, you'll be seen as a failure, dog. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like a slave to his own success at this point, where he feels you got to chase that dragon. You feel me? Do shit with Yeet. I'm gonna do a rage track. I'm gonna do this shit. I'm a morph again. You know what I'm saying? Kind of feeding into what actually Kendrick said about you. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, deep down, he just wants a hug from DJ Premier. He just wants a hug from DJ.
He wants to be loved. That's that narcissist disorder, dog. You know, narcissists want to be loved and shit. Everybody must love me. But yeah, that's all.
That's crazy, bro. He had all these hip hop channels to go on, and he said, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go on this. What's that girl's name? Bobby, whatever podcast."
Another mistake. Who was advising this cat, bro? Like, why, bro?
I thought she was I'll show them. I was so happy.
I'll show them. Watch this. Fucking idiot.
All the fucking people, bro, that you go on, who's already out of there. She done got tossed around by B-list rappers and now on the outs and been outed out and everything else. And this is who you choose to make your grand return, or bro. That's the problem too with having a lot of money and all and fame and shit. It's like nobody wants to tell you, like, yo, bro, you might not want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro,
I just see him like face red as hell, deleting all the Pete Rock out of his iTunes.
Buying another Tupac chain because he's buy some more Tupac memorabilia. You know what I mean? Damn shame.
Yo, so that was allegedly that was fake, right? It wasn't even real.
That's the last I saw. I don't know.
I mean, you
can't
can't
say a lot of shit too, bro.
Yeah,
Suge
you can't trust Suge as far as you can throw him, and that's a big dude. You ain't throwing him far.
Yeah, you can't throw Suge at all. No, that's not evidence.
Like, Suge just yapping at this point, man. Suge got him a microphone in jail, and he's just he ain't got nothing else to do, bro. He just talk shit.
Damn. Oh, dude, Suge and Whack 100 podcast.
Man.
That's all I'm saying. They should.
Don't you put that energy out there? Don't you wish that evil on us, Ricky Bobby?
I mean, I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm just saying that they might need to think about that.
You keep talking, you're gonna have to get down with Whack.
I don't want to get down with Whack. I know Whack from before. Not know him, but know of him from before Blueface. He when he was with Game and stuff. So I don't want any issues with Whack. No, thank you.
You get the police come knocking at your door, you might get swatted. You ain't gonna get beat up. You can get the police. All right, let's move on to the next. Should be a good one right here. I think this is gonna be interesting. In your opinion, what rapper could be the logo for hip hop like Jerry Rest is for the NBA? Crooked Eye, King Crooked, whatever his name is this week. But I think that's an interesting conversation as far as who embodies rap, who should be the logo. Kind of like kind of an interesting conversation. What's y'all picks? Or maybe your top 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Who could be the logo for hip hop if hip hop had a logo?
At this point, maybe it might be
Drake?
Might have Jay. No, might have to be Jay at this point.
Who? Jay?
Yeah.
Nah.
Just because he's the richest, or
if we're talking about like who's the biggest, I mean, there's only one other option, and people are not gonna like that. People are not gonna be happy about that. You know who? We all know who.
Hey, bro, the NBA logo is a white guy.
Eminem? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. I mean, that's the only other.
Nah, hell.
Shout out Jerry West. You know what I'm saying?
See, and I'm thinking more like Nas or Biggie.
Rakim, bro. Throw Rakim on that bitch.
Yeah, Rakim would work.
KRS-One. That's what I was gonna say, but I don't know.
Yeah, no.
He's hurt my feelings on a couple things. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, no, KRS.
Yeah,
he's in timeout for a bit.
Yeah. He's been in timeout for me for like a decade.
KRS saying in your good graces. I think you can actually have probably 2 different logos, bro. I think you got to have an underground and you probably got to have a mainstream one, right? I don't think you got to kind of have 2 different logos to me.
They should do it like NFL,
like
NFL
turntables.
Yeah, or maybe even a logo for different elements of hip hop. Maybe you have Grandmaster Flash or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Whoever you want on the DJ producer side. You know, maybe Dre. You know what I mean? Whoever the fuck you want.
Premier might. Yeah.
Hey man,
might be the pick.
I ain't mad about that. Who is absolutely not? Who's like the antithesis to rap, bro? Like, as far as like who would be like, you know how you have the fucking heaven and hell, who would be the fucking logo for how not to treat your rap career? How not to
too many. There's way more people to name.
Yeah.
That's we don't hear on. We can make a whole new podcast out of just naming those people.
Yeah, I agree. That's way too long of a fucking list. All right. We're kind of keeping in that vein. I think that's this is a great segue into our last topic we're going to talk about today. And then you can watch the Packers lose because I want these motherfuckers to lose.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
They winning though, unfortunately. Young Thug calls out Andre 3000 for not helping anyone. You ain't putting nobody on. No one can say they got a career off you. I guess I can play this. It's only 33 seconds. Although I'm got some Thug fatigue at this point.
Andre 3000, you one of the biggest artists in the world. You became one of the biggest artists in the world, but you ain't helped nobody. You ain't put nobody on. now you vintage. Now you goddamn can't put out a song and go top 50. You see what I'm saying? You put a song out right now, you can't even go top 50. But you the biggest artist in the entire world at one point. But you ain't put nobody on though. You ain't did that. Ain't no nigga saying they got a career off of you. Like y'all nigga ain't help nobody. All that rap shit, don't mean that, man. In 15 years, that shit don't mean nothing.
That's a crazy statement to say. That rap shit ain't gonna mean nothing. Alrighty then. Interesting. But I getting back to my point. Are legends in previous generations of artists obligated to put motherfuckers on, put on the next generation or next era of emerging artists? So just kind of going back to what he said, outside of the ridiculousness of that last statement. Should the older artists reach out? Is that inherent part of hip hop, or is that part of your duty as somebody who made it in hip hop to put other people on?
Nah, I don't think so. Not everybody's an A&R. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's got like a good ear. You know, because a lot of these artists, you know, things are different now, but a lot of artists did not used to pick their own beats, did not used to pick the songs that went on their albums. They were not curating these things. Like these were A&Rs at the label. So these, like, the albums that like we would refer to as classics, they're not exactly like concurrent with the artists themselves' taste. You know what I'm saying? Or their preferences. So you know, I don't really, I think it's good for like legends to like embrace the youth, but I don't want to hear like, I don't want to see like people just co-signing like young dudes just for the sake of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you start getting, you might get some gems out of it, but that's also how you start getting some bullshit.
Yeah, I was about to say, just wildly co-signing people. We've seen the result and what can come of that, honestly, over the last like decade. And it's just, you, like you said, you get a lot of bullshit, right? Some stuff that, and some that the public loves, unfortunately, which is great for them and shitty for other people like myself.
Yeah. Or not co-sign, or nothing coming from it, because there's people that have been co-signed by legends and just nothing happened because there was nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like their nephew, or they were, you know, some dude that they like, some kid that they mentored from high school, and they weren't talented. It was just kind of like a personal connection.
It backfires completely.
Yeah, like a good example though. I will give Lewd Jamar. I will give him that.
Let me get this button.
Because he you know, he discovered Stove God. So
all right, I'll let that slide. I was gonna hit one of these fucking buttons on your ass. We were saying, but yeah, I agree. I think though, on the flip side of that, bro, we seen the result of people not co-signing. You're just letting the A&Rs, or you're just letting whoever goes viral, right? Whoever goes viral, just basically do whatever. That's how you end up with the Ice Spices. And no shade to Ice Spice. You feel me? I ain't diss you, but I'm just saying, like, in general, that's how you end up with just random people who shit take off on TikTok. There's no gatekeeping. I know we overuse that word kind of a little bit on this, but there's nothing at all, at least with the cosign. And if you do it right, bro, that's kind of like the big thing, a thing I used to admire about like Rough Riders and shit back in the day, right? It's like, get on, you had to go through a cipher with like DMX and Eve and fucking Drag On and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you had to go through the ropes to a certain extent. There's none of that at all. So all you have to do is basically get viral somehow, maybe make some little fucking dance, get one of these motherfuckers do a little TikTok dance to your shit, you kind of get on. You know what I mean? So I think it is a balance.
Yeah, but it's about the climate, because, you know, like Ice Spice took off and all that, but like we were talking about before, like, look at all the people that Nas signed, like Fashawn, Boldy, Stro, you know, so on and so forth. And they didn't. I mean, Boldy's he's got a lot more traction, but he didn't really get like that much traction until he left them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, you know, it's very dependent on the climate. And I feel like if you start getting legends, like you start urging them, some of them, to you know, start picking up like younger artists or newer artists, they're gonna look around, they're gonna see Ice Spice like moving, or they're gonna see like Baby Chief do it, and they're gonna just grab whoever sounds like them. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
Like
not.
on some
Maybe
like
not.
business shit, not on some like, oh, I like this, because they know it's not gonna go anywhere.
Not necessarily, not like a Nas or something like that. You feel me? I don't think they're gonna grab talentless people. You still have to, and I'm not sure if you was kind of blaming the success of or the non-success of people like Stronem on Nas or Boldy.
No. I'm saying he couldn't like pull them up all the way. You know what I'm saying?
But they were talented though. That group.
Yeah. But I'm saying like his cosign didn't hold like the weight it should have.
Yeah.
And even if it
do cosigns, and it doesn't always stick.
And even if it did, like, you're not responsible for the trajectory after that. Like, Sci-Hi co-signed fucking Jack Harlow. Look how that shit turned out.
Yeah. But who is better to recognize talent than the people who made it? You feel me? I'm kind of thinking that. And I think that's kind of been the resentment of previous generations. So I think Method Man had an interview with Math Hoffa of all people. I think he said something along those lines, like they didn't get reached back from like the previous generation of them. Like Wu-Tang ain't get embraced by, you know what I mean, the fucking previous generation. You know what I'm saying? Like Curtis Blow them and fucking Rock. They didn't reach out and then bring them up, right? So they kind of held some kind of way. They felt some type of way about that. You feel me? And I think the way you
Shan, right?
Yeah. So the way you smooth that type of shit over.
He a hater.
Like you got to learn from the mistakes of the past. I think a little bit. At minimum, maybe not coast, but at least build a bridge. You know what I mean? Maybe make some songs with the younger people who are dope that you notice are dope. You know what I mean? One thing I will give fucking Aubrey credit for, though he may have his own selfish reason behind it. I'm not sure, right? But he will make a song with somebody who really didn't have a following. You know what I mean? Like that's something he can do. And I think that's something a lot of younger generation, the older generation should maybe look into, is like, if you hear somebody dope, they're going to take your call. You feel me? And it could be beneficial for both y'all parties. You hear good, dope, young talent, and you hear that legend. You know what I'm saying? So they may not have to sign them. I'm not speaking about that, but, you know, at least kind of like, you know, throw a bone pause to the people coming up. Feel me? You know what I mean? This is dope. Let me hop on the track with you.
I think 3K is like a bad example to use.
3K don't give a fuck. Yeah.
He's protecting his peace, bro. He's by a creek playing a fucking clarinet. Leave that man alone. Like, I'm just saying, like, he's not it's not like he's Lupe. You know, it's not like he's Lupe talking about how much he's given to hip hop and then just not put people on from the city. That's not. Andre's a horrible example to use if you're going to talk about an old head that doesn't converse with the younger generation of artists and put them on. He's probably just worried about protecting his peace, and he wants to keep everything as subtle as possible for his mental health.
Yeah, and I don't understand why people are outraged at that clip, because Thugger said that out of jail. He went on a podcast with T.I. and he was talking to T.I. about that. He was like, you seen that? Yeah, he said that shit. The exact same words that he said on there too. So it's not like this is new or he's only saying that because he's in. No, he said this out, and you know, it's hard to disagree with him.
Speaks his mind. I'll tell you that. That's honestly in a world of people who scared to say shit. That's probably a little bit refreshing. Maybe speaks too fucking much. Stop kicking your feet up on some whack 100 shit. But however, I respect Thug, man, just being like, yo, everybody kind of kisses Andre 3000's ass a little bit to me, a little bit overly. Yeah. And he just like, fuck all that. You know what I mean? So I understand his take, and that is a bad example. But there are lots of artists who do reach down and reach out. So, you know, I guess it's a case by case basis. You feel me?
Well, and then there's the other. Who's the dude we were talking about that? He did a song with Nas, and he was sitting down with Jim Jones, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know none of Nas's music, but you know, yeah, that's another example right there. It's like, why am I gonna congregate? Why am I gonna congregate with you little motherfuckers? You doing shit like that, talking about like I'm just fucking Jane Doe."
Yeah, I did a song with the nigga and shit. But you know, Jim was sitting there, and that's honestly probably who he wants to be like, the fucking second childhood Jim. So, you know, Nas shouldn't, and that might have been a label shit. I don't think Nas picked Fabio to do a fucking song. You think he picked that motherfucker? It probably was like somebody at the label, like, Nas, bro, I got this artist I'm trying to big up, bro. Go ahead, hop on this shit. You know what I mean?
I think it happens though, like in even like less so in the cosign way. What's his name? Chase Infinite. He was managing ASAP Rocky and Griselda for a long time, and I'm not sure if you guys know who Chase Infinite is. Probably Cam does. Self-Scientific with DJ Khalil, but he he ended up like leaving the rap shit behind, and he started managing ASAP Rocky, and because he's on ASAP Rocky's first project, and not just him, but Stat Quo's managed people too. So it's like some people just move into the management field and start moving, like doing shit behind the scenes. I think I've talked about one of the dudes on Def Jokes as well. But yeah, like
even younger dudes, Bibby. That's what Bibby did. You feel me?
Yeah, great example.
Yeah. All right. That's all. Got any last thoughts on our older artists obligated? I don't even know if we answered the question. I guess we gotta say yay or nay. Let's just end it that way.
Yeah. No, I don't think they are.
Gotta know. No? Cam?
Nah.
I'm gonna say they are, yo. This hip hop, yo. Put some motherfuckers on, bro. God damn it, selfish motherfuckers. That's all I got. So let's get ready to get up out of here, man. Our last segment, we're gonna go into what are you listening to? You know it was coming. I don't got the thing up here. Let me get my type on, bro. But while I'm doing this, y'all go ahead and pull up y'all playlists. All right.
All right, I'm ready already, so I'll jump in.
Always
been checking out Lord Sco Piff. I've been listening to a lot lately. That's a really good one.
It's a good album. I like Sco.
Yeah, definitely not like sleeping on Sco, but I was being lazy and slow to get to Piff, to be honest. So now that I'm getting to it, I'm like, oh damn, I was missing out. Okay. This new underground one, Gifted Youngsters is his name, out of Seattle. Lifestyles of the Prolific and Gifted. That's really good. I'm gonna drop that review tomorrow on my Instagram.
Hey.
Was listening to El Perro 2 from Rucci. That was really good. Let's see what else. Monroe Flow, Mr. Wash, and Rufus Sims, House Arrest. Those are kind of some of my top ones this week.
Okay. Got some shit for me to check out. Appreciate that, man. Who next?
Man, this would be easy for me, bro. I've been listening to nothing but our high caliber, concurrent, curated playlist. The Armory. Hip Hop High Society presents The Armory. We got 7.5 hours of music on that playlist. And it's nothing but bangers, dude.
Oh man,
I mean, it takes time to read everything, but there's everything on here. There's Nicholas Craven, there's Nems, Tyler, Larry June, Aesop, Pro Dillinger, Future Wave, Currency, whatever you want, bro. It's Sparkmaster Tape. I threw some Sparkmaster Tape on there when I'm trying to get crunk. It's a good playlist, bro. So I appreciate the team for all the recommendations. Yeah, I just been putting that on Smart Shuffle every day for like the last 2 weeks, and I ain't been mad.
Okay, it's not bad, bro. Yeah, that OC from NC, that's his name, bro. I listen to that. I'm like, shit, where you find this shit at, yo?
That Allah's interlude, that shit's so good.
Shit.
Oh my god, I love that song.
Yeah, definitely. Who next, man? Cloud, bro. What you been listening to? You been too busy, ain't you?
No, I still listen to shit. I've been listening to the new Blood Orange album. Well, not new. It came out a couple weeks ago, but yeah, newest.
Oh
That shit's
yeah.
fire. Fire. I mean, he doesn't
You
not
guys
drop
aren't.
fire.
You guys aren't up on Blood Orange.
No, I downloaded
No.
that latest album, so I'm gonna get into it for sure.
We played that shit
He's
at my
modern
wedding,
Prince,
bro.
man. He's modern Prince.
Blood Orange is, Blood
I'll
Orange
say
is
it.
crazy, bro.
I'm excited after you two. It's just been a weird
Bro, I'll
week,
put
so
that-
I didn't get into shit I was planning to get into.
You want to cook a good meal, bro? Open the window, let a little bit some fresh air in the house, get the spring cleaning on. You put on some Blood Orange, bro. You be a happy man. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Y'all gotta tap in.
I'm about to balance that shit. I'm about to throw it on now, bro. On your recommendation, it was whack. I'm gonna talk shit about your next pod.
Yeah, and I've been listening to that. Some Hollow and Sean Boog. Those are Not Wonder's old artists. Like, cause he had Jamla, and then he had like another kind of like label with that, and he had like a whole bunch of artists. Like him and Crisis were like producing everything, and they were just dropping a whole bunch of free projects. Like this is like early 2010s. But yeah, I've been listening to that. I've been listening to still some Hellraiser. Man, some Mind Design.
Okay.
Fat Cat, Prefab Sprout, and some Sade.
Sade.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Got your heart broke lately, bro?
So,
how you feeling?
Man.
You good, man?
I mean,
need a hug, bro. All right. What the fuck? I've been some reggaeton and shit for some reason, bro. That's just I went back last night. I was listening to Snoop Rhythm and Gangster, bro. I went back to Rhythm and Gangster for some reason. That shit was on my mind. Underrated album. I'm gonna have to do a rewind review. Listen to some Ray, bro. I've been listening to some Styles P, bro, some Nipsey. I've been kind of nostalgic, some Pac shit like that, man. It's pretty much been in rotation in my morning commutes lately. You feel me? Outside of like fucking self-help books and shit. I've been listening to books and finance books and shit. But outside of that, that's what I've been doing. I've been on my old school shit. So that's about it, man. So let's get ready to get up out of here. If you guys ready. Good episode, bro. An hour and a half. We might be setting a record. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, bro. We get this motherfucker to 1:30. I'll be happy. So let's get ready to get up out of here. Last minute dedicate to you, my good peoples, because all of us are talented in our own ways, got our own projects that we're working on. So we're going to lose this last minute. Make sure y'all plug it. We got 70 people in here. Make sure y'all share this motherfucker for y'all get out of here. But Campage Jackson, the fuck you working on, brother?
Just getting my buddy ready for a fight September 26th in New York City. Bare knuckle boxing, BKB. You can watch it live on Vice. I'll keep everybody updated. So if my teammate wins, you can know I played a major role in that. I took a lot of ass whoopings on the way to get him ready for this fight. It's not fun. It's not fun sparring a heavyweight 3 days a week. But other than that, it's metavorder.com/CassiusCam. And y'all know where to find me.
Definitely put the guns down and get knocked out like your daddy used to. Take it away. J Cloud, what you working on, brother?
I'm dropping a remix album of the new Chance album.
Yo, shout out Chance the Rapper. We didn't get to talk about that, but shout out Chance the Rapper. Bro, for him to interact with you and really like gas that up and repost it and then interact on the next one too. Like,
dope.
Man, I'm a Chance the Rapper fan now. Just for like on like a personal level. That's dope, dude. Most guys, most guys don't even take the time of day. And that shit was fire too. I like it better than the original. So
the second one, the ride shit, that shit's hard. But I really like that album, man. Like, and I don't remember if I talked about it earlier this episode, but that was like that's just like a return to form for him, man. Like I support that shit. So yeah, I'm really grateful to him for doing that, and he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's got an insane platform. Like, that's like 7 million people. So
ridiculous.
He didn't have to do that.
But I've heard on the personal level, like just Chicago shit, bro, that he's a pretty generous dude. He actually goes out and does a lot of fucking charitable shit, does a lot of shit he ain't got to do. So overall, I heard nothing but good. I'm not the super hugest fan, you know what I'm saying? But from a personal, just human standpoint, I've heard he's a pretty solid dude, man. Unlike some other people from Chicago who don't do shit, but say Chicago every other fucking word. But it's all good, man. Let's get a hole.
Okay, I'm starting.
A chance, bro. Obi, what you working on, brother?
All right, what am I working on? Not much. Visit me on Instagram. That's where I drop more reviews, and then just the website. Visit the website. We got new articles out. We got that indie spotlight with Jaguar Dot out of Chicago.
Hey.
Shout out to Starchild and Rare Rareness and her herbs. Shout out to Lee and The Culture Decides. And that's it. Visit the website. Buy some stuff from everybody.
Buy some herbs.
From Cloud. Do all that stuff.
Hey, shout out to Lee for the most polite and awesome absence. She sends us an email saying, "I am so sorry I cannot make it. I'm working late." Shout out to Lee. Your professionalism is unmatched. We're not, we're not at your level of professionalism. So, Lee, when you watch this back, or you're watching it right now, you really set the bar. So from now on, if you can't make the pod, we're expecting a 2-paragraph email, okay, with a header,
doctor's note attached.
It's Lee and Obi. They're too polite, man. They're too polite.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I dropped my Soulja Boy review today. Go to the poll. Put a vote down there. It's like, was Soulja Boy good? Was I on the spot, or do I need to drop the mean review?
Man, you
just
nice.
saying, if you guys want to see me, if you guys want to see the mean one, vote that, and I'll put it in the story at some point. Because I still have it.
Your bad review is still nicer than my regular review, dog. I was gonna go fucking ham, bro. That shit was ass, bro.
It was rough.
Basura. Shout out to Obi. Shout out to Lee. Professionals at your craft. And it's hopefully the shit rubs off because I don't give a fuck. Salute to everybody, man. Salute to all our staff that couldn't be here, man. Salute to the family, man. Always keeping it lively in the chat. Salute to everybody watching us. 75 people, man. Y'all need to get that to 100 before we go, bro. We're gonna stay here till you. Nah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Make sure y'all share and check out the replay. Definitely, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate my panel, man. Always a good discussion with my brothers in arms here, man. We do our thing, man. Make sure y'all check out the Armory playlist, bro. Good music. You can be lazy. You ain't gotta fuck with Payola. We got good music for you for the free 99 for now. We might charge y'all asses in the future, so you better get on now, get grandfathered in. But that's all I got, man. So on behalf of everybody here, behalf of the staff at Hip Hop High Society, I gotta say, peace.